What if Atlantis was real? For more than 2,000 years, humanity has been fascinated by a single question. What if the legendary city of Atlantis was real? A civilization so advanced, so powerful, that it vanished beneath the ocean in a single catastrophic event. Was it only a myth? Or could there have been a real city now lost beneath the sea? Tonight, we explore one of the greatest mysteries in history and imagine what the world would look like if Atlantis had truly existed. The story of Atlantis was first recorded by the Greek philosopher Plato around 360 BC. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, Plato described a powerful island civilization that existed thousands of years before his time. According to the story, Atlantis was an enormous island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, near what we now call the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlanteans were said to possess incredible wealth, advanced engineering, magnificent cities, and a powerful navy. At the center of their civilization stood a legendary capital city, built in perfect circular rings of land and water, a masterpiece of ancient urban design. But Plato's story ends with catastrophe. After becoming arrogant and corrupt, Atlantis was destroyed by earthquakes and floods, and the entire island disappeared beneath the ocean, all in a single day and night. For centuries, historians debated whether Atlantis was real or purely symbolic. Some believe Plato invented the story as a philosophical allegory, a warning about the dangers of power and arrogance. Others believe the story may have been inspired by real events. Some scholars connect the legend to the destruction of the Thera civilization during a massive volcanic eruption around 1600 BC, one of the most powerful natural disasters in ancient history. But even today, no definitive evidence of Atlantis has ever been discovered. Yet the idea refuses to disappear because the concept of a lost advanced civilization is simply too powerful. And that leads us to a fascinating question. What if Atlantis had actually existed? Imagine a vast island civilization in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, a city unlike anything the ancient world had ever seen. At its center stood a massive circular capital, 3 rings of land, 3 rings of water, connected by bridges and canals. Ships could sail directly into the heart of the city. Massive stone walls protected the outer rings. Temples and palaces rose from the central island. At the very center stood a monumental temple dedicated to Poseidon, the legendary patron of Atlantis. The Atlanteans were master engineers. They built harbors, canals, irrigation systems, and massive ships. Their knowledge of astronomy allowed them to navigate vast distances across the ocean. Atlantis became a global maritime power, a civilization linking continents, a center of trade, knowledge, and innovation. For centuries, it flourished until something went terribly wrong. Imagine the sky suddenly darkening, earthquakes shaking the island, massive waves rising from the sea, volcanic eruptions tearing the land apart. Within hours, the once great civilization collapses, buildings crumble, harbors flood, entire districts sink beneath the ocean, and the magnificent capital city disappears beneath the waves, leaving nothing behind but myth, a civilization erased by nature itself, or perhaps still hidden beneath the ocean floor, waiting to be discovered. Now imagine an alternate history. What if Atlantis had never sunk? The Atlanteans might have become the dominant civilization of the ancient world. Their maritime empire could have connected Europe, Africa, and the Americas thousands of years earlier. Global exploration might have begun centuries before known history. Science, engineering, and navigation could have advanced far faster. Atlantis might have become the ancient world's greatest center of knowledge, a civilization centuries ahead of its time. But history took a different path, and Atlantis remains one of humanity's greatest mysteries. So was Atlantis just a story, or could it be a distant memory of a real civilization lost to time? The ocean still hides more than 80% of its depths unexplored. Entire landscapes remain undiscovered beneath the sea. Perhaps somewhere, far below the surface, the ruins of a forgotten city still rest in silence. Because sometimes the greatest mysteries in history are not about what we know, but about what we have not yet discovered. If you enjoy exploring impossible realities, welcome to Redesigned World, where we imagine the world not as it is, but as it could have been. If you liked this video, leave a like. Tell us what mystery we should explore next. Subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who loves ancient mysteries, because the next discovery might change history.